नारायणं नमस्कृतं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवी सरस्वती व्यासं तदोदयमुदय नष्टप्राय सुभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेव्या भगवते उत्तम श्लोके भक्ति भवन्ति नैष्टिकी कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंदगोपकुमाराय गोविंदाय नमो नमः मूकं करोति वाचालं मुखं भङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृतातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुचीनतारणं परमानन्दं माधवं श्रीचैतन्येश्वरम् Hare Krishna, welcome all the devotees for Nityam Bhagavata Sevya. I seek blessing from all the devotees so that I can speak Bhagavatam in the parampara for the pleasure of Krishna and the devotees and my own purification. Today we will be reciting second canto, 5th chapter, sloka number 5 and 6. It's a very interesting slokas and insight we are proceeding on that. You can all recite along with me on these slokas. Text number 5. आत्मान भविष्यतानि न पराभवासन् स्वयं आत्मशक्तिम् अवस्थभया उराणाभिर् इवा क्लिमः आत्म भविष्यतानि न प्रभावस्यां स्वयं आत्मशक्तिम् अवस्थभया उराणाभिर् इवा क्लमः आत्मन् भविष्यतानि न प्रभवाय स्वयं आत्मशक्ति अवस्थभया उराणाभिर् इवा क्लमः. Word by word meaning. Atman, Atmani, by self. Bhavashyi, manifest. Tani, all those. Na, not. Prabhavanan, being defeated. Swayam, yourself. Atma Shakti, self-sufficient power. Avasthabhaya, being employed. Urana Nabi, he, the spider. Evil, like. Aklamaha, without help. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. Translation. As the spider very easily creates the network of its cover and manifests its power of creation without being defeated by others, so also you yourself, by employment of your self-sufficient energy, created without any other help. Purport. The best example of self-sufficient is the sun. The sun does not require to be illuminated by any other body. Rather, it is the sun which helps all other illuminating agent. For in the presence of the sun, no other illuminating agent become prominent. Narada compared the position of Brahma to be the self-sufficient of the spider who creates its own field of activities without any other's help by employment of its own energetic creations of saliva. We'll continue with the text number 6. Naham Veda Param He Yamani Yashmin Naham Veda Param Yashmin Na Param Na Samam Vibhu Nama Rupa Guner Bhavyam Sat Asat Kinchit Anyataha Naham Veda Param Yasmin Na Param Na Samam Vibhu Nama Rupa Guner Bhavyam Sat Asat Kinchit Anyataha Naham Veda Param He Asmin Na Param Na Samam Vibhu Nama Rupa Guner Bhavyam Sat Asat Kinchit Anyataha. Na, do not, Aham, myself, Veda, now, Param, superior, he, for, Asim, in this world, Na, neither, Aparam, inferior, Na, nar, Samam, equal, Vibhu, O great one, Nam, Nama, name, Rupa, characteristic, Gunaha, by qualification, Bhavyam, all this that is created, Sat, eternal, Asat, temporary, Kinchit, or anything like that, Anyataha, from any other source. Translation purported by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada. Translation: whatever we can understand by the nomenclature, characteristics and features of a particular thing, superior, inferior or equal, eternal or temporary, is not created from any other source other than that of your Lord, though so great. Purport: the manifestation world is full of varieties of created beings of 84 lakh species of life, and some of them are superior and inferior to others. The human society, the human being is considered to be the superior living being, and among us the human being there are also different varieties, good, bad, equal, etc. But Narada Muni took for granted that none of them has any source of generation beside his father, Brahmaji. Therefore, he wanted to know all about them from the Lord Brahma. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjalashalakya Chachurumalitam Mena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Swapitam Mena Bhutale Swayam Rupakadamayam Tadam Visham Padam Kyam Vandeham Shri Guru Shivata Padakamlam Shri Guru Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagranatam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Deva Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sagna Lilita Shri Vishakamcha He Krishna Karna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namaste Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanu Sudev Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatrubhishta Kripa Sundevacha Patitana Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vacharya Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Namo Pangajanabhaya Namo Pangajamalini Namo Pangajanetraya Namaste Pangajangiriye Bhuter Mahabir Ya Ima Pura Vibhur Nirmaya Setu Yatam Yusu Purushaha Bhukta Guna Sodasa Sodasmaha Solangrekshta Bhagavan Vasamshimi. Welcome once again for Nityam Bhagavata Sevya. Today we will be reciting the sloka on second canto, 5th chapter, sloka number 5 and 6. Very interesting to understand. And it is a continuation of the previous sloka. Narada is going on asking the question from the Brahmadev, who is the superior. So here the situation is, our energy is like the sloka number 5 it says that spider created his web. Many times the Urana Bir means the spider is given in various places in Vedas. So we are given that if somebody, in fact Narada is comparing Brahmaji to a spider, and Brahmaji himself compared Supreme Lord to the spider in one of the later chapters. So spider is taken as example because it works on its own self. It doesn't depend on anybody. So what is the signification of spider? Let us understand the greatness of the spider. A spider signifies a self-reliant personality who is independent of anyone else. It is self-reliant personality. How do we understand? See, actually, spider creates a weaving the web. Okay, so how it does it? The spider uses its own saliva, okay, as a raw material to create the web. Okay, it weaves the web without taking any help. You never see a spider getting trapped on its own web. You never see a spider stuck in its own web. So, whereas other insects come to the spider, it gets stuck. So, the spider goes on eating it. So, this is what the greatness of it. So, when the job is done, okay, the spider itself does wind up its web. So, it sucks its own web and then close it up. So, these are the special features of the spider. So, it signifies that. So, the points are that it creates on its own, it never takes any help from others, it never stuck on its own web, and it is also winds up its web when the job is done. So, this is what the self-sufficient people does. Most of the scene that spider makes web, but we never seen a very rare chance of seeing that spider unwind its web. So, if you are at all interested, you can see through the YouTube that how it is winding up its web. So, this is a set example. So, that's why Prabhupada also gives example, and Sukadeva Goswami says in that Narada calling Brahmaji as a spider. A spider represents a completely self-reliant, so independent personality. All powerful, independent, self-reliant personalities are all signifies the example of a spider in the Vedic scripture. So anybody who is independently working, so it signifies them as a spider. Now here the Narada Muni is addressing Brahmaji. Why? Because spider is using its own saliva as a raw material. It creates the raw material on its own only. So Brahmaji is telling that you use the element to create. So Narada is saying that you use the element to create this universe by using your own manifestation of your own Maya Shakti. The spider web weaves the web without taking help. Similarly, Brahmaji also he creates this universe without taking help from anybody. After weaving the web, you never see the spider getting tired or taking rest. Similarly, Brahmaji also after Narada saying that he never seen the Brahmaji getting tired of and taking rest. Very effortlessly he is creating this universe. So similarly, he comparing that, then the spider never gets stuck in its own web. So when you make the web, when it makes, other insects will fall and get trapped, and it goes on eating. So it coolly walks in the web and eats away all the insects. So you never see the spider getting stuck on its own. Similarly, the Brahmaji also when he creates, he uses 3 modes of material nature, and he never been he never seen the Supreme Lord himself is getting trapped in the 3 modes of material nature. So when the job is done, the spider winds up its own web. Similarly, when the time of annihilation comes, you wind up the universes. For this reason, Narada compares the Brahmaji as a Urana Nabir, spider. So, situation of your own energy, like the spider creating the web. Without fatigue, and you protect the living entities being within yourself. Without being destroy yourself, you protect all the living beings. So this is by observation, because of which I am forced to guess. Okay, you must be the supreme personality of God. So here Narada is saying that he is guessing that Brahmaji must be the supreme personality of Godhead, because he never seen anybody above him or he is taking help. In the previous sloka it has been discussed. No? It is discussed that he is observing that he is not taking anybody's shelter and he is independently working. Similarly, here also, no, he is using his own raw material to create the universes, and also he protect. It's not getting entangled with three modes of material nature. So what Vishwanath Chakravarti talking about this sloka is, you protect in yourself these living beings, you don't get destroyed. Just like a spider situated in his own energy creates his web, you are without fatigue, so you are never get tired of. You continue to be working effortlessly. So this is what the message from this sloka number 5. From the sloka number 6, message what we understood is, Narada is glorifying again Brahma. Oh Lord, I don't know that from where else everything is can arise. Where else everything can arise? I don't know. I don't know the alternative source for this. I don't know the superior person sources of all these things. Param. So he's doubting himself. He said he don't know anything about how the supreme person sources of all these things are happening. Is that any alternative source is coming and all the things? I don't know that inferior person source of all these things. Aparam. Param means superior. Aparam means inferior. I don't know any other Brahma who is equal to you, who also share the creation responsibility with you. Sama. In this sloka there is a word called samam. So Narada is saying that I didn't see any other Brahma who is equal to you, who is contributing for the creations, who is also responsible for the creations and all. So I don't know from where else can arise. Whether it is a superior, inferior or medium, produced with a name, form, qualities. In this world, there are some which is superior items, like we can take example of gold, diamonds, all superior. And some of the eatables like cashew and almond nut, all the things are superior. And there are some inferior food also there, like for North Indian, rice is inferior, for South Indian, wheat is inferior. So we don't know anything of this. It's all subjective. So I don't know anything of in this world. So Narada is telling to Brahmaji, superior, inferior, medium, whatever has name, form, qualities, any object which has any of these things, he is going on further clarifying that. I don't know the grass and the subtile. Grass means earth, water, fire, air, ether, and the subtile is mind, ego, and intelligence. So I don't know any other source of any of these other than you. So I don't know anything. So he is glorifying Brahma and going on asking questions. I am not able to understand anything. I know only you. So what Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur also says that about this sloka is, whatever is superior, inferior or medium in this world, created with a name such as the human, such as the two-legged form, and qualities such as the white in color, whatever is gross or subtle, I don't know from where else it can come other than you. I think that everyone comes from you alone, my dear father. So Narada is glorifying his father and he is reassuring that I'm seeing only you. I'm not getting to know that where else these things can come, because above you I didn't see anybody who can give you all these things. So further to understand all these things, no, there are three kinds of peoples in this world. People who are intelligent, they discuss about people of this world. Sorry. people of little intelligence, they discuss about the people of in this world. So all these politicians, okay, film film field or aristocrats, or famed people, they speak about people about this world only. People with average intelligence, they discuss about the event of the material world. Little more intelligent people, they discover what is happening in this world. However, the most intelligent person will discuss about the wisdom. The wisdom means ability to make the sensible decisions and judgment based on the knowledge and experience. So they'll discuss about the wisdom of part of it. Of course, here the Narada, we see the most intelligent people like Lord Brahma and Narada. They were discussing, and question and answer was going on. So this is the most relevant and highly intelligent people discussion of this. The discussion between two great personalities, and they're not talking about ordinary subject. Okay, any other events. So they're talking very relevant questions of creation. So they are discussing about the highest wisdom, the creation of the Lord. So this is what we also should understand. Yesterday class we had discussed, no? Why we have to understand creation, to understand the Maya, then we'll know that how great Krishna is. Though Maya is the Shakti of Krishna's illusory energy, but still to understand Krishna we need to know Maya. In the first Vedanta Sutra, Atato Brahma Jignasam, given by the Vyasadeva, he indicates that the purpose to inquire about the absolute truth. So the meaning of that is purpose is to inquire about the absolute truth. There are two words, Atato and Brahma Jigta. So the first Atata refers here as it means the study of Vedas like Karma Kanda jewels. So we are study about that. The second word of Atata, it refers because we are human beings, knowing studied of all the Vedas and experiencing the fruitity of the material world, specifically Karma Kanda jewels. Now we have to inquire about the absolute truth. So we pass through the Karma Kanda. So now we have to inquire about the absolute truth of Brahman. So this is what the Vyasadeva in the first Vedanta Sutra he is telling out to us. The other meaning of the same sloka is that traveling the 84 lakhs, in the purport also Prabhupada said that we have traveled the 84 lakh species of, now he achieved the human form of, finally we achieved the human form of life, living being. The ideal for the self-realization, the perfect self-realization is that having achieved human form of the life, now the duty to inquire about nothing less than the absolute truth. So we should not ask that question that how do I get my food, or should I go to office today, should I sleep. Not that kind of questions should not be arise in our mind. We should discuss about the absolute truth and knowing about that. So Prabhupada also told the Sarup Damodar Maharaj to establish Bhakti Vedanta institution. The logo is the Atato Brahma Jigyasa. So that is what the logo. So let's here we'll take the example of a teacher. Okay, in a school, the teacher asked all the students, please tell us what is your future want to become. And she gave the paper, pen, and asked them to write, express in the picture form. So all the children know they started writing. Some are sketching like a pilot, some are sketching like a doctor, engineer, different profiles. They were lawyers and different profiles they were sketching, and that, and out of all that, that one kid was if you see it draw one circle, two eyes, and a smile, big smile. And the teacher got confused. She asked the student, did you understand the assignment, today's assignment? I asked that what is your want to become in the future? The child replied that, yes, you didn't understand the life. Life is to become ultimately happy. I want to be in my future, I want to be ultimately happy only. So living beings are naturally pleasure seeking. We always seeking the pleasure. Happiness only be behind that. Where the pleasure is available. That's why if you see the people who are addicted, they become alcoholics, smokers. Okay, so illicit sex. All the things, no, they are why they are doing, because they are looking for the pleasure. So where it is available, but that's not the right places. Everybody is looking for Krishna. Some knows, some don't know where Krishna is there. We are all asking questions from morning till night about so many other things. Ultimate intention is where the happiness available. Why we are going to office to earn money? Why we are purchasing all the palatable dishes to make nice food? So if you see that, doc, everything ends with a happiness. We are seeking for happiness from morning till night. Okay, in many other forms. Okay, so Vedanta Sutra also guides us where ultimate pleasure is available. So that's why it's very important. When we are child, we used to ask so many questions to our parents. Why, what, when. Okay, as we start growing, we stop asking that. We forgot to ask the questions because we accept the way it is. That's not necessary be like that. Especially when it comes to spiritual life, we may have so many questions to ask and better get clarified. There are three types of people who attend the Srimad Bhagavatam class. Some will ask questions, some will speak, and some will release their kathas. So here everyone is coming to understand one thing is Krishna Katha. So people who are asking questions is also to get the right message. Example, there are also the questions which is not a valid questions. Like fools is not recognized until he opens his mouth. It's a proverb it says. Unless one utters the word, we can't understand what kind of mentality he is. So here the Narada asking question to Brahmaji, it's all valid questions about the creation. So he, in the previous class he was comparing that knowledge of Brahmaji as a walnut who knows the past, present and future, Atma, Paramatma and marginal energy. So, and yesterday class we understand that to describe about the universe only Brahmaji knows, like a almond of gooseberry kept on the hand where he can and also he was comparing that the manufacturer knows the better about the product. Similarly, today class also it is understood that he is comparing Brahmaji to a sun who self-reliant, independent source. Also, he also comparing Brahmaji to spider who works independently. So these are the way Narada is going on asking that. So here the Narayana telling to Narada that Natam Tisthane Vaikunde. So I am not resting in Vaikunda. I am not resting in the heart of the yogis. Then he is Narada asking from where? Then where are you resting? He said that I am residing where my glories are being discussed and singing, and holy name has been chanted. That is the place I am staying in. So the right question and right knowledge he gets Narada. So right message comes out of that. So in other sloka also say that sandalwood gives a cool effect. Better than that is the moonlight in night. Okay, when you compare both Chandan and Chandrana, the combination effect of the coolness cannot be compared to the sadhus who are sadhu sangha, who the devotees get together and discuss about the glories of the Lord. That is much more cooler than what the cooling effect which sandalwood paste and moonlight can give. So here in the purport Prabhupada is given that sun, he is comparing that. Sun supposed to be the very self-sufficient, the source of energy created by the Lord. Just imagine that the sun is glowing time immemorial. Sun gives the light and heat also. It is going to be there ever. So many thousands and crores of years. That one creation is a creation of the Lord. So if somebody is asking, I don't know the God, where is God? Then he can very well explain that, okay, one manifestation of sun is sufficient to understand the God. So such a independent sources he is creating it. Brahma says that I am just a recreate what Lord Narayana's created. So here we have to understand that Brahma honestly is accepting that I am not the creator, I am the secondary creator, the primary creator is Lord Narayana only. So this is the honesty he is explaining it. So let us take an example of that. How people in this Kali Yuga behave. Once a Prabhupada met one famous uh, guru, and Prabhupada asked him that people calling you, are you God or Bhagavan? Then because that Guruji knows the value of Prabhupada, he cannot tell lies. He said that, see, I am not telling I am a God, but people are calling me. What I can do it? Then Prabhupada said that, yes, you want to be recognized like that, that's why you didn't object it for that. So this is Kali Yuga. People know it, self-proclaimed gods are there. So you should tell your disciples that you are not God, and that is the true Guru. Okay. In Science of Self-Realization also, Prabhupada explained that who is Guru. So let's understand who is Guru. He is giving definition. Guru is not a God. He doesn't tell his disciple that he can make them as a God also. First of all, he is not a God, number one. He cannot claim his disciple to become a God. Rather, he says that I am the servant of God. I can make you people also servant of God. Are you ready? This is a proper Guru. This is the quality of the Guru. This is what the disposition of the spiritual Guru. So Sri Prabhupada, when he was preaching in America, then after that he went to Japan. That is the time there is a rumors were spreading that Sri Prabhupada is Krishna himself, and there are leaders, they are spreading their message saying that Prabhupada, because of his humility, humbleness, he is not claiming as a God and Krishna, but we should recognize him as a Krishna. This rumor somehow it reached Prabhupada's ears, and Prabhupada got very furious. He immediately told them, stop this. And he temporarily banned the people, so-called leaders who are propagating such a wrong messages. And it is such a blunder is created in this society. And Sri Prabhupada makes sure that we should not speak anything like this. That is the time he wrote his Pranam Mantra. Generally, Pranam Mantras are written by his disciple, but here Prabhupada himself is wrote. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta. So in that second line it says that Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavani Pachadadasatarine. The meaning of that second verse is that he says that I offer my respect to the beloved servant of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. So he is asking his disciple to pronounce this way. I offer my respectful to the beloved servant of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. He is the one propagated the message of Lord Chaitanya, and same time he annihilated the principle of philosophy of Nirvishesha. Nirvishesha, impersonalism. So he has destroyed it. Thus, Srila Prabhupada makes sure that we chant this mantra before we chant japa and during kirtans, and also whenever we pay obeisance to the Lord. Every time we have to chant this mantra. So he makes sure that all time to come, Guru cannot become a God. This is a takeaway message from this sloka, that Brahmaji is accepted that Krishna, Narayana is the primary creator and he is a secondary creator. For all the question, Narada was glorifying and guessing that Brahmaji is the supreme personality of Godhead, but Brahmaji is differ the point, and he accept that I am a secondary creator, and this was the message, takeaway message from today's sloka. So we will join the next sloka of 8 and 9 on day after tomorrow. Thank you. Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Thank you for joining for Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya.